shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the matter with King? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, listen, we didn't do Fight Night Friday because Mike Tyson was in the ring with Jake Paul. Now, I was going to do it before, and then I was going to do it after. I got in the house, and I was on Fortnite, and actually, I was in a Discord, so if anybody that would jumped on, they would have jumped onto the Discord and hung out with us. I was in the Discord. Today, please, members, if you want to be part of the round table, because if I don't get the 5 members to do the round table, or 4 members to do the round table, and I got 2 so far. I got Dip Down and OG TK to do the round table on Wolverine and Deadpool. Watch the movie so we can talk about it. I was going to do a reflection on the fight with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Honestly, I told everybody leading up to the fight, Jake Paul's going to win. Mike has a whole bunch of issues that's going on with his life. And, he has stomach ulcers. He has bone-on-bone damage to his knee. He has sciatica, back problems, and, which he was getting injections. And I think he had that surgically repaired. It's so many different things. And, for a 58-year-old man to be expected to participate at the highest level, he was just at such a disadvantage in that fight, going into that fight or whatever. I said if he can sustain 90 seconds of pure violence, then it can happen. Mike wasn't able to sustain more than 4 seconds of violence. You understand? There's a large difference of 90 seconds and 4 seconds. If he was able to sustain 90 seconds of violence, then I believe that he could, beat Jake. And if anybody's telling you that Jake took it easy on him, no. Jake wanted a knockout. It's so sad when you get a chance to see your champions at the end of their careers be humiliated in such a fashion that money is used to do so. I think Mike never needed the money. But who am I to judge another man's choices? It's not for me to judge him, his choices. I'm here to support, bear witness. And it's an age-old cautionary tale of old athletes. At the end, what you don't want to become, you wind up becoming. Because I guess internally you manifest those things and the outcome is just that. But let's get into a couple of these topics because we do have a couple of topics and, some PlayStation stuff and some Xbox stuff. There was a class action lawsuit with the PlayStation, which is, I think it's $7.8 billion, in which they will have to pay out. But in leading up to that, because I put that information out on Twitter, it was a video, articles, and stuff like that with the research that I was doing on the matter in Sony's grand scheme and grand plan. That's when I tell you hashtag no PlayStation 6. Their grand plan is transmedia. They want to link all of their properties. So when they went out and got Funimation, you guys didn't understand. When they went and got Crunchyroll, you guys didn't understand. When they went and purchased movie theaters or all this other stuff, and they went deeper into purchasing more music catalogs and everything, it was a grand scheme. where they did make acquisitions, but the acquisitions that they made was lower end acquisitions that had to build into that whole transmedia stuff, right? You're talking about motion caption aspects, CGI companies, very lower under the radar things that wasn't gaming related. One of the bigger gaming related things that they did purchase was Bungie, which was centric to their whole aspect of that transmedia thing. Where does it go? They're trying to build a platform. See, now their building of the platform will be an all-encompassing suite of things where gaming is an aspect of that whole thing, not the main thing. And when it's a whole suite, the removal of the box is imminent, because this app, this PlayStation app, either that you subscribe to or a la carte, that changes how they're delivering their content to you. Do they turn it into a $49 a month plan in which you get all movies, all video games, everything? It's a real robust suite. It's really ambitious in their end game, if you will. And their end game starts probably in 2030. This is the reason why they pushed the PlayStation 6 to 2030. I think that is more systemic of the dysfunction that you see right now at Sony, because their whole end goal and their prize is a different area. But let's get into these topics, because that within itself was eye-opening and showing and telling exactly where they are. Here at Xbox Frontline News, you know I'm going to bring you the deals. I'm going to bring you the sales. I'm going to get you what you need to get. Now, as far as headsets go on the opposition's team, these headsets are the best heads to get. I'm not going to lie. I got a pair. The really discounted PlayStation Pulse Elite headsets hits a record low of $130. It's $129.99 on Walmart right now, so I suggest you go there and get it. The Black Friday deals is already where you can get this stuff. All the news about Sony, PlayStation Pro, and all that stuff is all that related stuff there. But listen, go to whatchamacallit, 13% off. It used to be $150, it's $130 right now. Amazon has it for $150, Best Buy has it for $150, but Walmart is the place to get it. I highly recommend it. It's comfortable. The sound is loud. The mic is loud. It's a decent, not a decent, it's above average headset for the console. Now, it does come with a dongle that you have to put in the back, so you lose a USB that's in the back. I wish they had a USB in the front. It's strange that they don't have a USB in the front. It would be nice just to, throw the dongle in the front. But again, hey, they don't have a USB in the front. They have a USB in the back. That's on my Pro. I think my regular has a USB in the front. I have to double check. But I gave that to my son. So listen, good headset, highly recommended. Get it if you can. If you're looking for a headset, your headset is busted, this is a very decent headset. I would tell you to get the headset stands. Headset stands, get them. It's better than laying your headsets down. I like to have my headsets resting on a rest, and it looks nice, it looks cleaner, and less junky, less cluttered. Get a headset and get a headset stand with the savings that you do have right now. And what I can only hope is true, that God of War's trilogy, the David Jaffe edition, is announced at some point in time. I don't recognize the other God of War. I forgot who's that guy. I forgot his name, who makes them. But David Jaffe's God of War is the God of War that I care about the most. I love that trilogy the most. All the games that were in his version of Kratos, the egotistical, maniacal, bloodthirsty God killer that ran havoc throughout the heavens in order to achieve his ultimate goal, which was revenge. Yeah, that's the Kratos that I love. I don't like the sad dad simulator behind the back walking there. I just don't like it as much as everybody else does. You like it, that's your business. I don't give a damn. Your feelings don't matter to me. But this Kratos is the Kratos that I care about. So if they actually do it, I believe it will sell in droves. Now, do it work in this whole soft mentality, individual way of life that we have at the moment? I will be highly upset if they cut out certain scenes and didn't lean heavily into exactly who Kratos was. Not this dude who he's become, this babysitter, if you will, of another man's child. No, I want that Kratos who lost his family and abandoned everything else for the seek and sought for revenge. Is probably one of the best revenge tales in all of gaming. I thought David Jaffe, in his heyday, was probably one of the greatest video game developer, makers, creators that you can conceive of. Honestly. I hold him in very, very high regard, when it comes to making video games. Him, Neil Druckmann, and a host of other people that I hold in high regard. Do it. Sony, don't listen to Herman Hulst with that stupid Horizon crap every other week. Oh, we got to do Horizon multiplayer now. Oh, we got to go do to hell with your whack ass franchise, with your whack engine. Well, the engine's dope. Nobody cares, bro. I do not care about that. I do not care about Alloy. I do not care. But what I do care about is I care about Kratos. I care about that guy. That guy right there. The guy above me, that's the guy I care about. That's the Kratos. See, this is the newfangled Kratos. I want my Kratos. No beard, little goatee. Boy is about that life. Not this disheveled, lost individual, but the one. You know which Kratos. Let's get back to that. Let's make Sony great again. Because I honestly can't tell you when the last time I was proud of you. Seriously. You gave birth to all these little beta things that's running around here telling lies. Soft gamers, just so soft. PlayStation finally remembers something that actually put them on the map. Shout out to PlayStation for remembering Resistance. One of the best games from the makers of Ratchet and Clank, Resistance, Insomniac Games, man. I love the way that they twisted up the guns. That's why when you go to Ratchet and Clank and you're able to do all those guns and stuff like that, I love that stuff. That stuff was the stuff that I love. Well, I mean, it does come with a hitch. A hitch. Streaming only. I don't like streaming, King. Do you like streaming now? Do you like streaming now when Resistance Fall of Men and Resistance 2 is on the PlayStation 3 classes? Do you like it now? Now, streaming is not the way, King. Is it okay when Sony does it? Do you like it now? Or are you going to sit there and tell me, nah, King, I hate streaming. Streaming ain't the way, King. Listen here, you little low IQ beta. Your little Neanderthal brain. Everything you say comes back and haunts you. Just play some games. And maybe, just maybe, you get a chance to play something good. I love MotoGP 24. They got Overcooked and a stick fight game. Oh, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2. I highly recommend that. I highly recommend Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. Oh, well, Blood Omen 1 and Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2. Both of them is there. I highly, highly recommend those games. And put that headset that I just told you to go buy, put that headset on when you play the game. You will not regret anything that I'm saying. Maybe I can grow you up. Maybe I can change the way that you are. Maybe I can fix that trajectory if you're young enough. A lot of you old debaters, y'all are just done, cooked, and it's finished. Just go sit down and eat your Doritos and drink your Pepsi and be quiet in your mother's side room. Ain't nobody gonna pick you anyway. So just go hug your PlayStation. That's the only thing that's gonna keep you comfort at night. Oh, and go rub your cat. Pause. Literally. Yo, you can tell I'm frustrated, right, by these lowbrow individuals. I'm just saying. I'm just 98% right all the time, right? Don't be mad. Go change your channel. It's a crime knowing that your boy is working on a game and you want news of it, and come to find out that the parent company is keeping his mouth shut on a game that he's been working on since 2020. PlayStation is to blame for Naughty Dog's silence on the next game, which has been in the works since 2020, according to Neil Druckmann. There was a time when Naughty Dog was undoubtedly the jewel in the PlayStation family and first-party development teams, but since the studio's output as actually brand new games has been paused for 4 years, things have changed in the hearts of players. Insomniac's Games has definitely taken the crown since, but perhaps hearts and minds could begin to be swayed if they could even know anything that can come from the studio. Naughty Dog has been particularly silent about what they have coming down the pipeline, but according to boss Neil Druckmann, that was not the studio's fault. It's Sony's parent company that's keeping a lid on The Last of Us studio, who has not released a game outside of the franchise since 2013. Let me tell you something. They have hamstrung their main player. I think that was a coordinated effort by Jim Ryan and Herman Hulse to stop the momentum Neil Druckmann has achieved, earned, and garnered, especially in light of The Last of Us TV show gaining as much control over the casual mindset. I believe them doing this lowers and reduces Neil Druckmann's control and power within the ecosystem of Sony. I think this is a coordinated effort to reduce his voice. Since 2013, that is a criminal act, to be honest with you, while constantly updating remastering the same exact games over and over again from the company. I'm just saying, that's my perception of it. In order to make your best player least effective, he can't be in the game. You have to put him on the bench. And Neil has been sidelined since 2013. Myself and the Iron Lords was proud to, at the beginning of this year, to give Neil Druckmann his Lifetime Achievement Award. Very cool dude. And there's stuff that they're working on. So hopefully we get to hear more of the stuff that he has coming out from his studio, because I honestly look forward to all the games that he does drop, because those games have insight, thought, heart, and they do change the narrative when it comes to thought process and thinking and how games are. The creative process going into making some of the games over at Naughty Dog has changed the way you perceive video game characters from top to bottom. And he's part of that trend in making the characters more adaptable to large screen counterparts that actually get a chance to play them. So I think it was an easier transition for The Last of Us to make it to cinema in the terms of, TV, in the terms of you can actually have a meat and potatoes when it comes to writing a script for these characters, because they're so well fleshed out inside the game that it's easy to adapt them to a script, because you pretty much feel that you understand their motivations, right? Because their motivations are very well noted inside the game. You get a chance to see the minutia of the thought process of each character, no matter how large their role is in the game or how small their role is in the game. The game feels more lived in, more understood. And I guess you can extrapolate from this that The Last of Us 2 is probably my greatest game. And I know you guys are going to be like, well, how was that, King? I hated that game. That's you. What you eat don't make me ish. That's just simple as that. But that game is a serious game for me. And so anybody that's been playing Death Stranding on Xbox realizes there's a major flaw. The quick resume that you use with Xbox actually hampers the game in a way. It's like a weird bug. So they told you to close out when you're playing the game, so you can go straight to the menu and actually, so it's not suspended. What Quick Resume does is it takes a picture of where you at exactly that same moment. So when you go back into the game, it takes you right back to that exact same point, which is ingenious within itself, but it's problematic for the world of Death Stranding, where it's a persistent world in which when you log off, other people's able to do different things to the world to enhance the world that you're playing in. It's like a community project type of thing. So if you're taking a picture of that, that can inherently break the rhythm of the game and the intent of the game. So it was a big problem. 505 was reached out to, and they got back to Jez Gordon, and the patch went up live, and that part and aspect of the game is fixed. So, anybody playing Death Stranding, yeah, it's a good thing now that you can go back into it, see the game for what it is, enjoy it. I think it's cool. It's a cool game. I think it's a cool fix. I think it's, listen, if you've waited for this game for a long period of time, and now that you finally got a chance to play the game and you had that bug that was breaking the game for you, now you can go back into the game and enjoy all the splendor. I will at some point in time stream this on my streaming channel on Twitch, which is King David IOP at twitch.com. But yeah, at some point in time, I do want to get a chance to play this, because I believe Kojima is a savant, and I do want to see his project. I know everybody bagged on it and said that, the game was just a FedEx game. But again, it's his work, and every game is subjective, right? So I know in the past I said that, the game is trash, and that was all due, talking to Twitter trolls, the low IQ, Cro-Magnon man, Neanderthals. But at the same time, if you're playing it, you like it, let me know in the comments. Have you experienced it before the patch, after the patch? Let me know what your experience with this game is and the patch. Individuals with their own rhetoric will allow you to believe that this campaign that Xbox is running is not intentional. I'm just going to give a small breakdown really quickly on the whole aspect of what you're seeing, what other people will tell you is bad, and then the idiots that would say something stupid. Like I am so far beyond these idiots. Right? So the aspect of what you're seeing is the new holiday campaign, Xbox campaign, is an Xbox telling you that everything is an Xbox. Sometimes you have to compose yourself because of how people are just completely off the rails. And I don't know if it's tongue in cheek or I honestly believe that these individuals are that dense. You have to look at it. Everywhere a screen is, Xbox wants their games to be played. If you have a cell phone, the reason for the ABK deal is because Candy Crush and the mobile unit of King, which has tons of games like Call of Duty Mobile, the Warzone Mobile, and other games that have seen billions and billions of downloads, millions and millions of microtransactions. These things are the reason why Xbox has done this stuff. Right now, if you have a ROG Ally, and I'm specifically talking about this machine because this machine was pretty much basically backed by Microsoft. Because when we did the breakdown, when we did the introduction, a Microsoft representative was there. Now, you're able to play Game Pass on this device, and I found this device to be extremely useful. That's a screen. So you have your cell phone, you have your ROG Ally, then you go over to your laptop. You have Game Pass PC, so you're able to pull up your laptop and play your Xbox games. You have the G Cloud, in which Xbox is paired with these guys. They were at their launch as well when we were there. And that's another screen in which your streaming games look phenomenal. Then you go over to your PC. Your PC, Game Pass, another screen. Then you go over to your Xbox, another screen. Then you go over to your Fire Stick. And wherever you plug your Fire Stick into, the Game Pass app is there, another screen. Then you have a television that has the Game Pass app with just pair your controller up to it. It's another screen. I say these things in order to bring common sense to the table. These are things that they've told you before. Doesn't mean, oh man, they're going full third party. Oh man, the whole slate is going all over. The Chicken Little aspect and the Chicken Little gameplay that you guys are doing right now isn't cool. I don't see you guys as, unless this is tongue in cheek, right? So if it's tongue in cheek, good. You have some bad actors, good. Funny, haha. Kind of lowbrow humor. But at the same time, this has always been a strategy. I told you, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And Microsoft has felt that the need for them to find different innovative ways to be the largest distributor of video games in the marketplace while still producing a console was very important to the relevancy of Xbox. I've told you before, the shift has always been to Game Pass. The reason why the acquisitions happened, it wasn't for Xbox. Those acquisitions happened for Game Pass. See, Game Pass has transcended exactly what Xbox was. It was a natural evolution of the brand. Now, Xbox is essential to the DNA of Game Pass because it's an identifier. But Game Pass has always been the vehicle from the inception of the concept. The day and date within itself had facilitated your purchasing power to place you in a place where if you enjoy Xbox games, only here can you get them day and date, everything for a low price. That changed fundamentally how you perceived the brand. It actually removed them from the competition of the other, which was PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't do date and day. PlayStation doesn't throw value into the PlayStation Plus service. So when you put the two together, they're two entirely different aspects of gaming. One is an additive like salt and pepper to the main meal, and one is the main meal with Game Pass, with other games being the additive to the main meal. It's a concept which, for some, isn't exactly what they want. For others, it's exactly what they've always been asking for. So, does games going to Game Pass stop you from purchasing games? No. Does Xbox stop making consoles? No. Is every screen if which you do have Game Pass potentially becomes an Xbox? Yes. Because if I can play my favorite games on any screen, then essentially that's a conduit of my enjoyment. And my enjoyment is Xbox. This is a simplified version for some of the trilobite, low IQ, Cro-Magnon man, Neanderthals, who either, one, ingest, make fun of it, or two, really can't grab the concept or understand this has always been the master plan. And if you say, well, they're full third party now, then why would you be opposed to this? Isn't that what you wanted? Didn't you want Xbox to go away? So please buy more Xbox games when they do land on your platform and help finish killing off Microsoft by giving them more money. Yeah, the low IQ of you will continue to support. Thank you. Now, some pretty light work for a Saturday, being that we didn't have Friday fight night. Listen, I'm going to be live on Twitch. So if you want to jump in over there, I'll be talking and I'll be playing some games, having some fun. Also digging into more PlayStation Pro games, seeing if any changes are made, if they're good. Because, listen, you have a lot of PlayStation owners that's on Twitter showing you the positive aspects of it. You have a lot of other people clowning, showing you the negative aspects of it. I'm just going to show you the aspects of it that I choose that works for me, right? And listen, when you spend $700, you want to know if it's worth it. Maybe your game taste aligns with my game taste, so I can really go into if it was worth what it is. And if it is for you, then it is for you. But if it isn't for you, then it isn't for you. At the end of the day, no one can tell you exactly what's the best thing for you. What they can do is tell you, hey man, check it out, and maybe it works, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it around the Twitch channel, and you guys showing up and the members showing up so we can actually dig into this movie. And I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass.